I do promise not to speak for more than an hour, Sharon. You said only an hour. I'm so disappointed. We had a manhood test. You guys know Jesse Irwin? Everybody here know Jesse Irwin? He's a singer and a songwriter and a businessman and a patriot. And I thought he was a real man. You know, I thought he was a real man. For years, he had the stump. You guys remember when there was only like 3 Republicans, there was a stump, and Jesse brought it every year, and we stood on the stump. So this year, times are so tough that Jesse used a stump for firewood last winter. And then I sent him by my office. If y'all remember last campaign, we had a freedom stump that a guy from Festus made with a chainsaw, a really cool car. And I sent Jesse by to pick it up. It's at the office. And he went by, and it must weigh what, like 600 pounds? And so he didn't get the stump. He didn't get it. I was just so sad that I thought he was a real man. He could do anything. But anyway, listen, it's great to be here with you guys. It's awesome to have so many Republicans in the city, and we do this every year. Thank you to Sharon and the committee and everybody for hanging in there and building our party. And this is a big election year for us because we can win every race. We really can win every race. We can win races in the city. We can win races in the county. We can win races in the outstate. We can win races everywhere because people now know the difference between our party and their party. So we can underscore it, and I will because it's so important. But I want to tell you about why I think we need a conservative in the Attorney General's office. And the reason is this. What's the Attorney General do? Most people don't really know. I mean, we know there's a lawyer for the state, but the Attorney General really, there's 2 roles, I would say, to take away, to think about. The first one is you are required to stand in the gap between the federal government and we the people. Because we the people gave our sovereignty to the federal government, but we did it in a very specific way. We did it through the states. It's the United States of America. It's not America. And that is supposed to diffuse the power and make it so the federal government can't step into our lives in ways that we've seen them doing in the last 3 years dramatically, but in the last 30 or 40 years also, let's be honest. Both parties and a lot of federal intrusion. So we asked our Attorney General to stand in the gap. So when Obamacare passed, 27 other states filed lawsuits to stop it, and Missouri was missing. When Arizona passed common sense legislation to attack the problem that the federal government had failed to do, namely illegal immigration, Obama and Holder decided to sue Arizona. And immediately states joined up and said, no, we have a right to govern ourselves. We have a right to pass our laws. We have what we call state sovereignty. And Missouri was left out. So I'm running for Attorney General because that first role may be more important than ever. I happen to believe that it doesn't matter who we elect to be president or in Congress. Now, I'll get back to that. I do think it matters. But I think it doesn't, that they're going to have a hard time giving up power. And that the only way we're going to really change the trajectory in America back to the basics is for our states to come together and to demand that. And we, the people, rise up in our states and demand that. And places like Virginia and Arizona and Texas and Florida are doing that, and we've got to join that. So that's the first role of the Attorney General. The second role is to be the lawyer for the state. And here's a secret. As government's gotten bigger, more powerful, more intrusive, more dominating in our lives, it's gotten more corrupt. And the current Attorney General is literally traveling the country, selling the right to act like Missouri to other out-of-towners, whether they're lawyers or businessmen. So if you like red light cameras, then you like Chris Koster, because for a price, he changed the law of Missouri with a simple opinion and said that you're allowed to have red light cameras, which you're not allowed to have red light cameras, and you shouldn't have them. But that was just because it was for sale. And those of you that know Jesse and Matt Hay, if you know Matt, we've been fighting this for years. And the fact is that we know that these red light cameras are a moneymaker. They're not about safety. So we need a lawyer who's going to stand up. And here's what we know in the state. We have problems, and we haven't been addressing them. And we need a lawyer who's going to say, what are we going to do? For example, in our cities. In our cities, we have an epidemic of victims who are shot with guns and then don't testify against the lawbreakers. Why? Because of gang intimidation and violence against them. Well, that breaks down the system and hurts every one of us that cares about our right to own a gun and cares about the rule of law. And we've got to have the rule of law. And by the way, in our cities right now, take a drive around our cities, Kansas City and St. Louis. Our people are killing each other, destroying each other, and we're sitting around, our Attorney General is sitting around. He literally spent some time in Kansas City and St. Louis writing tickets, our current Attorney General, writing tickets for people who parked in handicapped spots. Now that is a problem if you park in handicapped spots, but you know, our people killing each other and our communities decaying. And another one is this, is heroin. I don't know if any of you are on heroin. I just did that to see if you're paying attention. But heroin is killing our kids. It's killing kids. The kids are dying. Young people are dying from heroin in our communities right now. And what are we doing about it? Not much. So we need an Attorney General who will stand in the gap and fight back. And we need an Attorney General who will be a straight-up lawyer and a leader for our state. And here's the thing I'd say to you. Last thing I'd say is this election is so important. And I'm going to work hard for Romney to beat Obama because we've got to stop Obama. And I'm going to work hard for every other candidate on our side because I know what their side's about now. I hope you do. But the fact is this, in January then, we better live up to it. Because if our guys and gals don't live up to it, then the American public is going to reject it all and say, you lied too. You were just talking like that so you could get in power and you're not going to do it. So come January, we're going to have to saddle up, we're going to have to fight back, and we're going to have to take on our own party and our own people to make sure that we don't let what our country is going towards be the way we end up. So I need your help, I need your prayers, I need your votes, and then I need your help to go door to door and raise awareness. And I thank you for everything you've done, and I wish you all the very best. And take one of my kids home and bring them back in a couple of weeks. That'd be great. Thanks very much. Have a great day.